BallotLy. Time shift your vote. BallotLy addresses several problems with voter participation that have to do with ballots, which are often long and complex and hard to engage with before elections. Yet in the polling place, we don't find a good environment to decide on complex issues if you haven't already engaged with your ballot and made some choices. And that engagement with ballots navigating their complexity is a generational issue. 21st century voters with 20th century paper documents and 19th century processes mix about as well as oil and water, but our current forms of preparing for the polling place also aren't so great. We have voter pamphlets and sample ballots, which are fine, whether they're delivered on paper or as online services. But merely as documents that you read or interact with, we still have the basic problem of read and forget for many voters. We might also hope to improve voter participation with improvements in access to the ballots and navigating them in the polling place. But innovations in election technology are going to take considerable amounts of government funding and time to roll out across the country. And we can make some improvements right now without affecting the voting technology of the polling place, and with the additional benefit of engaging with people early so that they can navigate their ballot, make their choices, and be further motivated to take that final step and go to the polling place and vote. And the interactive sample ballot isn't just a tool for advanced decision making, it's for recording the decisions so that they can be used in the polling place on election day. So BallotLy, part of the concept is an interactive ballot that's used before elections. You choose your own place and time to view your ballot and to decide what you're going to vote on. And you save your decisions in a format that's convenient for you to use on election day. Now, the interactive ballot is a web application that locates your exact ballot information. It's interactive to help you navigate the ballot. And the interactivity and the usability is particularly important. It may not be a reasonable expectation for government systems and polling places, but for a web application developed as an online, open system, we have plenty of expertise available for excellence in usability, for providing the type of interactive help and navigation that's not available on paper ballots, absentee or sample, or even e-ballots for the most part, and to provide the opportunity to link to related information and provide a richer experience for voters to engage with their ballot ahead of time. And the saving the decisions is equally important. Voters have several options that we provide for several different audiences, whether it's paper, mobile, text, QR codes, and also for military voters who won't be going to the polling place on election day. The text paper version from BallotLy can serve as an actual absentee ballot. Now, the 3 steps for using it start with choosing the time and place of your own choice to go to BallotLy on the web, use the interactive ballot to navigate your choices. You take your time. You can look at other resources, whether they're linked to from BallotLy or whether you search or surf to them. The whole web is at your fingertips, and you can hit the pause button at any time, save your work privately and anonymously, and then resume at any time. When you've completed your selections and you want to save them, you make your choice of what method for how to use it on election day. And then on election day, if you are going to the polling place, then you use your saved selections to speed through your ballot or e-ballot, filling in the selections that you already made on your own time. And then you speed out of the polling place, doing your part for others to shorten their waiting time to vote. So visually, the 3 steps are a sample ballot that you interact with, to record your choices and save them in the choice of representation that you want to use on election day. Now, how it works, the BallotLy service is at the center. It subscribes to information that's already been published by election officials, presents that information as your ballot, allows you to indicate your choices, save those selections anonymously and privately, and then make your choice of which form you want to use on election day in the polling place. So that's the concept of BallotLy as an interactive ballot that you can use before an election and save your selections so that you can then use them on election day. But BallotLy is part of the Trust the Vote project, and it's really more than an interactive ballot. It's more than the interactive ballot technology and more than the service delivered to real voters for real elections with that BallotLy technology. It's actually part of a larger process of developing innovative technology that uses user experience design that's user-centered and tested with real usability testing so that we really are building a tool for engagement, not merely delivery and interaction. And it's also part of a larger process of engagement, not just with the voters, but with real election officials and with standards bodies and government organizations that are part of the election ecosystem to ensure that as the technology develops, as the data standards develop, that election officials across the country have the ability to publish that ballot information for systems like BallotLy, and that the adoption of publication, of interactivity, of engagement before elections can be made available to a very wide selection of voters nationwide. That is the broader concept of BallotLy, how to time shift your vote and shorten time to vote on election day.